Hey everybody, welcome back to It Came from Tubi. So Tubi is a great streaming service, but it also has original movies, and it is our job to review them. This week we are trying to save a marriage here, Jared. So let's get started. The first thing you'll notice about this movie is this production company. I think it's called Silver Lining Silver Cinema or something like that. And it looks like they just put a bunch of family photos
Mm.
on some film stock. And that's their production company. So that kind of made me laugh. So we open up, and a lady is getting ready to go out on the town to celebrate her new job. She looks out the window, and a mysterious man is below there. A jackal-headed man? I don't know. It looked kind of weird. For some reason, it looked like he was wearing a mask. But I think he's just blurred out. So she. This movie really taught me that all women just hate their friends. Because
Mm.
she's calling and they're calling and they're like, "Where are you? We all thought you were dead in a ditch." And she's like, "I'm just late. Calm down." And she's like, "Get over here now." And just some mean friends in this movie. So yeah, she's getting ready to go. She gets in the car. Oh, she forgot some lipstick. She got to go back in the house, and we see a
She doesn't
mysterious.
lock her door, her
No,
house door,
she just
because her keys are in the ignition, and then she just goes and
does
walks
she
in the
not
house.
get her keys out?
No.
And we see a mysterious hand. So apparently she didn't lock the car door either.
Also, if you saw a jackal-headed man across the street and you think you're getting like stalked or something, how come they never check the back seat?
It looked like she was looking in the rearview mirror, but
It's not the same. You gotta
I
go.
guess she didn't see anything. So yeah, she goes back in, gets the lipstick, but then she is snatched from behind with a paper bag or plastic bag or something. I don't know. So we go to our main characters. They are Mark and Z. I think her full name's Zara, but they all call her Z.
I think
And
only he calls her Z, right?
I thought they all call her Z.
Most people just call her Zara.
I call her Z. So she was in the car, and she entered the house. She didn't look too happy. We heard a report that there's some guy like kidnapping women and doing them in, and then so she gets in and she's, "Hey, you're actually home. You remembered our anniversary." He's like, "Oh yeah," but no.
Hmm.
Sure did. But actually, he's been packing because he's got to go. He's got a job, and it's a job that, this is the one, man. If this is the one that's going to make us. And she's like, "Oh, this is not about us. It's always about you." He's like, "What?" He's like, "I
Just care
did
about your
too."
job.
Yeah. And she calls him an addict. He's like a workaholic, I guess. And he's like,
McChickens are like $8 a pop nowadays, and she's mad that he wants to work.
I know she wants this expensive house, but she don't want him to work. Um, and right before the title rolls, she goes, "I want a divorce," and and the title's like, "Dun-dun." And it made me laugh.
I don't even remember the title. I
You
thought
don't?
there wasn't one.
She's like, "I want a divorce." It's like, "Dun." So she wakes up alone in her. I guess they had a single bed. That looks like the bed frame I is in my room. And her alarm clock looks like it was from Five Below. So she
That would be
wakes.
annoying. It's like right by your face.
Uh, just turn around, Jared. All this
Why
furniture.
why would I turn it around when I could just move the clock? Why would
Maybe he does need this job because all this furniture looks like it's from Five Below. Um, so she gets up. Mark's not
Does her
there.
bed change later?
I don't remember. We'll have to see if I took some other. She gets up. She goes to work. She works. I guess it's a magazine because they write articles. Might be a paper. But it looks like setup looks like they work. What do you call it? Sales. at one of those phone.
Oh yeah, he said he's an event planner. No wonder she doesn't care about his job.
Dude, I was gonna get to that because I have a big
Well,
joke about that, but we'll get to it. Um, so yeah, so they're talking. He's like, we need some good articles. Also, someone's leaving, so there's a position up for grabs. And her friend, her friend are like, dude, that's mine. She's like, you're gonna get it. Um,
no, the computers are never on in this.
oh no, they can't afford that, Jerry.
They can't. What? That's just electricity. They already have that
They
on.
can't afford that, Jared.
That doesn't make any sense.
I do like how the the boss is just the one guy in the whole company. You go,
They treat him
guy.
like crap because they're never working, and he's like, "Can we get work done?" And they're like, "Oh,
Oh,
I
I'm
guess."
going home. Z's having trouble writing her articles. Can't find no inspiration because she's thinking about the divorce and everything. And she's also a terrible basketball shot because she misses all the. I hope she picks that up. I hope she doesn't make.
She's a bad writer because she says she only writes about what she knows.
Yeah, yeah. That's
So
the
her
mod.
life has to like coincidentally go along
That's
with her articles.
the modern thing nowadays, Jared. You can only write about what you know. No fictional out. So the friend's like, "Hey, you promise we'd go, exercise?" And she said, "I don't want to." And she's
She's
like,
like,
"You're,
"You're getting fat."
yeah." She's like, "Your behind's thick." And she's
Mm,
like, "Maybe I like my thick
mm.
behind." And introduce lens flare, which there's a lot in this movie. Like every time they go outside, there's lens flare. So they're
I never
jogging.
noticed that.
You didn't notice? Jared, were you watching the
I
movie?
never noticed lens flare. Even in like J.J. Abrams, I'm like, "Oh yeah, I guess there was."
So she's looking at her socials, and the friend's like, "What's the friend's name again? Vanessa or something? It's some girly name."
Mm, no, Valerie.
Something. And so she's like, "Hey, you got to stop stalking your ex on the socials." They're just separated, they're not divorced yet, but so because she's like, "Oh, look at this, a picture with him and a girl," and she's like, "Oh, he's always with girls on his socials, and he's
Oh,
never."
it's Natalie. I thought it was something with a
Yeah,
V.
Natalie, okay. And she's like, he never puts me on the socials. It's always just other girls. And Natalie's big idea is, you know what? You should do a story about divorce. So I'm gonna hook you up with this divorce lawyer so you can ask him questions and you can win that position. And she's like, okay, I'll do that.
Mm,
Okay, so this was the part that cracked me up. So she's like, you know, he always had this dream of being an event planner. And I was like, what? Because I was like, oh, he's probably like a lawyer or he's like an architect or something since they're calling him in. No, he's
mm,
an event planner. And he always had the dream of being an event planner. And he, I was like, what? That's really what he
mm.
does. That's why he's so addicted to work is because he really wants to plan those events. Uh, she wakes up the next day and she calls Mark and he's like, oh, I'm busy.
And then you can hear like another lady.
Yeah, like a British lady. It sounded like a person impersonating a British accent or
But it
something.
didn't sound like an affair because she's like, "Get back here, do something." And
Yeah. Oh.
but she was still like, "Oh, another woman," and I was like,
Mhm.
"That doesn't sound fun at all."
Yeah, and he's like, oh, that's my boss, and she's like a real piece of work, and so she goes to the divorce lawyer's office. She meets this really creepy secretary. She's just like, you know, the she was just really weird.
It
She's just like,
looked like she hated everyone.
yeah, she's like staring at her, like, what are you doing here? So she got to go in, and she meets Joshua Wright, and he's talking on the phone, and then he sees her, and he's like, whoa. So they start making googly eyes at each other, and he's like, I'll help you with your article. Ask me any questions you want. And I swear she's not making a size joke about white guys, but they talk about, divorce, and she's like getting ideas in her head, and he's like, he is all smitten with her, like right off the bat. So back at work, Natalie comes in and it's like, we gotta go get drinks. You promised me, and she's like, oh, I don't want to go.
Let's
and she,
continue to not work.
yeah, and
Make Brian mad.
she's like, if if we go, I'm ordering whiskey, and she's like, ew.
It's
So they do order whiskey. They drink the whiskey, and they hate the whiskey. Actually, Natalie doesn't drink it. She throws it like on the ground.
I know, I don't know. There was no plant.
So now there's just a big whiskey bottle on the ground
It's,
somewhere. This bar, it's like a
they should have someone slip like
ah! This bar is. If you see it on I'll show it on the outside in a little bit, but it does not look like a bar. So Joshua, he's like, "Hey, you're here," and he knows Natalie. He's like, "I'm really hungry, Natalie. Go get me some food. I want some good bar food." And she's like, and they start talking, and she's like all mad about Mark, and he's trying to console her, touches the arm. This guy in the background starts harassing Natalie.
Oh, is that in this time?
Yeah, he wants her number or something like. Is that
And he
this time?
touches. I think it's the next time
The next time?
because the guy looks different.
Yeah, he does. Looking at okay, we got a little ahead of us. They go outside, and Joshua like shoots his shot. He's like, I can't be your lawyer because I like you, and they're like,
He's
oh.
he's like, I can't be your lawyer because that's a conflict of interest or
And
whatever.
she's like, what the heck are you talking
And she's like, what? And he's
about?
like, I love you.
And she's like, ooh. That's pretty weird. I thought these people in the background were gonna do something, but they didn't. Uh, okay. So she wakes up and she sees the news, and there. So on one of her on like, Instagram or something, Mark has a picture of
No,
kissing.
it's Josh texted her.
Oh, is that a
The
text from?
lawyer, yeah, the lawyer texted her.
I thought they put it on socials because I thought everyone saw. But anyway, so he gets a picture of Mark kissing someone, and she holds up the phone. She's like all in tears, like a zombie walking around with this picture, and she's like, "What happened?"
Look, the monitors are off again,
Nah,
and
not the little one.
but she's just looking at like command line. It's not
Yeah,
even like
she
a.
is. Maybe she knows HTML, Jared. I don't know. Okay, so she's devastated because of that picture. She goes
There's a lot of
home.
scenes with her getting up and like going to bed.
Yeah. Proud of that set. She goes home, gets her picture, starts cutting Mark out of him. It is Mark, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So she goes to Joshua's apartment, and he's like ready to go. He's ready to make out. And at one point she like looks away, and it's Mark looking at
Oh, I was
her.
like, why do you have a picture of Mark?
Because she like sees him, and she's like, "Ooh, that's weird." But they still end up sleeping together with the divorce lawyer. And then Joshua tells this weird story about his mom,
Well, she's
like
like, why did you want to be a, what made you
divorce,
be a divorce lawyer? And then he tells this non, like, story that doesn't even
have anything to do
go
with
along.
the
Yeah.
law. He tells a story about his mom, and his mom murdered his dad because his dad was a womanizer going around with all the women. And then one time his mom just like went insane. Did him in. So that's why he wanted to be a lawyer because he didn't want to feel powerless ever again. And I don't know how you add those two, but that's how he came to it.
He tried to
Uh,
be a cop first, but he said he didn't even
yeah,
get past a little bit of the academy.
he couldn't do. Probably the psych val. So morning, she wakes up. She sees Mark is trying to get a hold of her because she might have made probably the worst mistake of all time. Um, she goes to the bathroom because he's like, "I'm gonna make you breakfast," and she goes to the bathroom and she sees some mysterious looking bottles, vials, and she's like, maybe I made a mistake here."
He's like, I'm sorry, it looks like a pharmacy in there, and there's only those vials. Everything else is like Vicks,
Like
some soap.
Listerine.
Yeah.
So Mark, he came home from wherever he was, and he meets her at the park because she doesn't want him going to the house, and he got her some coffee, and he's like, you know what?
There's the people in this, there's it doesn't take any convincing for them. She sleeps with that guy just because
She's
he's like, I like
upset.
you.
Yeah.
Well, she's like, I'm not gonna sleep with you, and he's like, but I like you, and she's like, okay. And then later on, someone else does that, and I'm like, what the heck?
These people, man. So Mark's like, "Hey, it's not what it looks like you would you normally say." But he's like, "You know what? I have a real mean boss, and she kissed me, and I pushed her away."
I
But
said, ew. I turned and pushed.
Josh shows up. He shows up at the park because he would. She told him that she was going there, and he's like, "Hey, do you want some help, or do you want me
Did
to
she?
go
I
with
thought
you?"
he just showed up.
No, he did say, "Do you want me to go with you?" And she's like,
Hmm.
"No, I'll go by myself." Because no, she's like, "That would be
Oh yeah, that'd
really
be
awkward."
awkward.
Yeah, really awkward if you were there. And but he does show up, and he's like getting up in Mark's grill, and uh, he's like, Mark's like, "Hey, get away from my wife. I don't want to see your face again."
Stop messing with our business,
Yeah, get out of our business.
random lawyer man.
And Z's like, I I don't like any of you two right now, so I gotta leave.
She's like, he's not an event planner.
And he's like, you don't know what it's like not to be an event planner. um, she goes to work, and Josh is there as well, and he's got her some flowers to say he's sorry. She's like, "Get out of here, Josh!" And while he's leaving, he gives this weird look to the boss, like this, like,
Like 2 hours of him just looking at the boss while he's
yeah.
leaving.
He's like,
Also,
"Hey."
the boss mentions in the first part of the scene where he's like, "You were late for like the eighth time this week,
Hmm.
and it's a 5-day work week."
She goes in when she wants. Yeah, he makes like these weird googly eyes at the boss. I was like, "What's going on?" Like the boss.
It just lasted so long.
Z sleeping in. Josh shows up. Kind of creepy, right?
I thought they were gonna have you question if he was a bad guy
But no.
a lot longer, but he just walks in.
Yeah. He puts a camera in her. I don't know if it's this part, but he puts a camera in her room. Okay, so she wakes up and she hears the doorknob like opening. She grabs a bat, and then Mark opens it. She almost hits him, but she's like, "You scared the crap out of me. What's going on?" And he's like, "I just came to get some stuff."
This is my house.
Yeah. Uh, yeah. So he did put the picture, and we get to see him with his pants off watching this. So that's not that fun.
I thought he was gonna pull his pants because he like leans down. I thought he was gonna pull his pants up.
He does pull his pants up.
No, he just like grabs something, doesn't he?
No, it's like his jeans, and he pulls them off. He does put his pants back on, so we know that he had his pants off. Um, he goes and he sees Mark, and Mark's like, "What are you doing here?" And he's like, "Hey, uh, if you don't, keep going through with the divorce, I'm gonna have the lady that you work for accuse you of assault if you don't like give it up." And he's like, Oops. So he's trying to blackmail him into going through with the divorce. Mark goes and he goes find Z, and she's in the car, and he's like, "Did?" He finally asks her, "He's like, did you sleep with that white guy?" And she's like, "Yes." And he's like, "That scrawny white guy." She
He's
tries
like the
to.
tallest guy in this
I
movie.
know he's not that scrawny. But she tries to get out, and he like grabs her by the arm, and she's like, "Ah, you hurt me." He's like, "Oh no, I'm sorry." But he tells her everything. Like he tells her that Josh is trying to blackmail him and stuff.
I think he did kiss that lady because he is the most like he doesn't really care that his wife slept with this guy.
He doesn't,
He
because I,
doesn't.
you don't think he was angry enough?
He goes like, "Dang it!" Like, oh shoot. He's
He's
not
like
like,
that.
"Dang it!" He's not like mad though.
He was like that white guy. I think he was more mad that he was white.
Mm.
So they kind of make a plan, and they're like, we got to get rid of this Josh guy. So she goes to his work, and he kind of brushes her off and like pretends that he doesn't really even care about her anymore. He's like, I'm helping these people now. She's
Well,
like,
she said, "Oh, he gaslit me the whole time."
yeah,
And I was like, he didn't really say anything. He just agreed and said like, "Oh, I still can't be your lawyer." And then
yeah.
I was like, he didn't gaslight you.
He never agreed to be your lawyer. And then there's this creepy part with the secretary, and he's like, I like your hair down. He's like, after I'm done with this meeting, I need to talk to you in my private office or something like that. And she's like freaking out. uh, so Z and Mark, Mark tells her about being an event planner. He's like, you don't know how it is, man. It's real hard because I got all these women hitting on me, all
They're
these
all over me.
these hot women just
You're
hitting on me
lucky I pushed
constantly.
them away because
But every time I gotta say, I have a wife. And she's like, "Oh, you are a good guy."
I don't want the divorce. And he's like, me either.
Yeah, so they make up. They're all happy. And she's like, "You're a good guy even when you're being a butthole."
Mm.
So I think that we did miss the part where Josh fought the other dude.
Uh,
But there is a funny,
the dude touches her butt,
yeah.
and that's why he goes over there. He's like, "Hey man, just go. You were drunk."
Yeah, and he's like, "This
And
isn't
then
your business."
and then he's about to fight him, and then Zara's like, "Just go. No one wants any trouble." And our friend's like, "Thanks, Zara, for saving me." I was like, "She didn't save you. Josh did. She just de-escalated the fight."
What was funny was like he's like the guy like holds up and no, he's like, "Hey, are you married?" And he's like, "What is it business of you?" He's like, "You got that tan line on your fingers pretty bright." And he's like, "I'm getting a divorce."
And he's like,
um,
"I can see why." And he's like, "Oh."
so Josh goes to Natalie, and he's like,
Okay,
you
there's a TV on the bar that's not. Why is there no monitors on?
you got it's a mystery.
I guess that where you like cash out is on, but
Hmm.
that's about it.
Yep. There's no TV on. That TV's off.
I know, that's what I said.
So he goes and meets Natalie, and he tells Natalie, "Hey, you could get that job, that really cool job that everyone wants."
He's like, "You're a good writer.
Hmm.
You're oh no," he says she's the better writer, but
Yeah,
I can help you get the job.
and
And
she's like,
she's like, "All right."
"What do I got to do?" And
And he's
she's
like, "You
like,
don't gotta do nothing."
"Absolutely nothing."
And then she just like, yeah, and drinks her drink.
Zara throws away the flowers. She can throw away flowers, but she can't throw away paper.
That last scene, that's the one I was mentioning where like it's easy to convince because she's like, I wouldn't do that. And he's
Oh
like, but
yeah.
you could get it easily. And she's like, okay.
It's the dreamy blue eyes,
Mm,
Jared. They make them do it.
I don't get
Oh.
crap.
Oh man. I think Natalie calls. Is this the part? she calls Z and she's like,
Mm.
sorry.
In her car.
Yeah, and she's like, sorry, this is like I got you all into it is her fault. I mean, she introduced them and stuff. She pushed her to do it. It was weird because she was like, they went to the bar and she's like, "Oh, tell me, is
Mm.
Josh cute?" And she's like, "What?" And she's
I
like,
was doing my job, and she's like, "No, you're
and
a
then she like,
hussy."
yeah, and then she like admits to liking Josh, and she gets mad. She's like, "Darn it! See, this was supposed to be for the article."
Also, she just had like two drinks that we saw, probably
Hmm.
more, and she gets in the car to drive.
Yeah,
She's a
Jesus.
bad person.
Back at the office, he threw the flowers, but we see Josh was there, and we're like, "What the heck was Josh doing there?" He's wearing this
Probably
blue
looking at the
suit.
boss.
Yeah, he was wearing a blue suit, and he's like floating away. It's like weird. He's like with the heaven or something. The boss is like, "I need to talk to you." Um,
I was like, what has been going on?
yeah, and because I think Josh accused her of something. What was it?
No, he's
He's
gonna
gonna
sue the
sue them.
business.
Yeah, but for why?
I don't remember. Oh, because he knew that she went over there to interview him, and
Oh
so
yeah,
Josh was saying that she was getting information on her clients and stuff like that.
yeah, okay. And so she tells the boss everything that's been happening, and he's like, "That's the weirdest thing I've ever heard."
He's like, I shouldn't be listening to this. I'm your boss.
Yeah. Did you have to go into such detail? But then he's like, I got your back. I do believe you. She goes back to Josh's, but he's not there. In the
Do not look away. Look
Yeah,
straight.
there's cameras everywhere.
Cameras everywhere. It's
He's
like
like,
that scene in Star Wars 3 when like Obi-Wan lands and he's talking to that guy.
oh yeah, they're watching us. And the secretary's, or she's like, Josh is doing despicable things, don't you? And she's like, I can't talk to you because my family's in danger. But you got to
Oh
get out of
yeah.
here.
So he's like, I'll help you. And she's like, he's got like a gun on my family now. I can't help you. Get out.
Yeah, yeah. So she has to leave. Meanwhile, Mark is
He
cleaning
stank.
up. He's got the stink of love on him, so he needs to take a shower. I
He's like, pew, I smell. And then
yeah, I work up a stink being this
mm,
sexy to all
it's having all
those.
those women on me.
Yeah. So he goes take a shower. Josh comes
Josh
in.
just walks in.
Yeah, Josh just walks in.
Hey, buddy.
Um, Z comes in after that, and she goes to the blue part of the house. For some reason, it's all blue on that side of the house.
She went
So
to the saw room and
she sees Natalie in the bathtub. She's like, ah! She runs to her room, and Mark is passed out. And I forget what's going on here, but
he stabs her in the neck with
oh yeah,
the stuff in the vial. I forget what
yeah,
he said it was.
he just like kind of, oh, I forgot. It was weird. It was like something, I don't remember,
Uh,
Nasparan or something. It was weird sounding. So he stabs her.
Marzipan or something.
Yeah, marzipan. Mark's. So she wakes up on the bed,
I guess
tied
it is the
up.
same bed, but it looked like it had a lot more room because he's on there.
Like she just scooted over. So she wakes up on the bed, tied up, and Mark is out of it on the floor, and he's like, I just wanted to have some fun. That's why I'm doing this. And she's like, oh,
I don't
I'm,
want to be with you. And he's like, I don't
yeah.
care about that.
He's like, what? I don't care about that. I just want to have some fun,
And he's like, ew.
And then he's like, I'm doing this because you guys deserve it because of his mom or something. I don't know.
And he's like, I'm doing this to you because you slept with me.
Yeah,
And that's bad because you were still married. And she's like, but
but it was those blue eyes. Um, What are we seeing here? He gets,
This is where he's like, I have a plan to get all of this blamed on you.
dude,
Like,
what is this part?
because he's gonna kill everyone in this room, and he's like, I have a plan to explain this away. You're gonna walk in on them, um, your best friend sleeping with your husband, and so you shot them both.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. He's this is kind of like a dream. It's not like a real.
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, what is this part? But yeah, you're right. This is his plan. This is how he's gonna frame it. But he gets a ring at the doorbell or a knock. I can't remember which one, but he goes and it's the boss. And he's like peeking at the. This is the first. I don't know if I've ever seen a movie where someone catches someone peeking through the blinds because usually that works, but the boss like sees it. He's
And
like,
he
I.
knows who it is just by his eyes. I was like, hey. Well, I guess he was staring at him at work so long that he like
He knew his eyes. I got lost in your eyes one time. So he lets the boss in, and it's kind of weird because he's all in this, white get up. What do you call those? Those,
like a not a hazmat, but like where you
yeah, a cleaning
yeah.
onesie type of thing. Um, and he's like, "Oh, we've been cleaning black mold. Me and Zara have been." And he's like, "What?"
He's like, we've been looking for files, but there's like black mold everywhere in there. And he's like, are you allergic? And he's like, no. And he's like, I'll just come back later. And he's like,
Yeah.
nah, she's busy. You can come in now.
Yeah, if you don't come in now, you'll never get to talk to her, he
And he's
says.
like, she works for me. I'll see her again. He's like, no.
So he goes in, he sits down, he checks his phone. I don't know if he calls someone or checks his phone. Mark wakes up during this.
It's like, what?
They hear gunshots. That's why she's making this face. Um, so their plan is to get back on the bed and pretend they're tied up. And Joshua comes in, Mark
If
attacks.
you're, he said he gave him two shots because he's like, oh,
A
I'm
big
afraid
guy.
I might have overdosed him because I had to give him two shots. Can you slap someone awake? Like,
After two shots.
how does sedative work? Do you have to wait the whole like time, or can you slap people awake?
No, I don't think you can slap them awake.
So two shots was like few hours.
Yeah. So Mark he jumps on Josh. He's a big guy. You think this would work, but Josh gets off of him and he tells Z to run. He's like, "Get out of here, run!" And Josh somehow gets away, and he kicks Mark like in the knee, and this like knocks Mark out for a little
I
bit.
think it was under his chin, but it did look like his knee.
It looked like he kicked his knee. So Z almost makes it outside, but he catches her and brings her back in.
Then he knocks her out. Well, I thought he knocked her out, but I guess he
He
doesn't
like
because he
punches
chokes
her.
her.
Yeah, he punches her in the stomach, and then he starts choking her. And then the Mark gets up. The knee didn't last that long. The knee shot. And he's got the gun, and he's like, "Get away from her!" And the cops come in. Oh, that's not yet. But
Yes.
he's like, do it, do it. He's
Josh
like,
has, or not Josh. What's the
Mark?
husband's name? Mark has this weird like, I need to kill a moment.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. He's like, I gotta do it, Z. And he's like, if I don't, he'll just keep coming back.
and so Josh is like, do it, you coward, you
Yeah.
won't.
He's like, do it right here, do
And
it.
I thought Josh was gonna be like, I slept with your wife or something like that would really make him mad, but he's just like, do it.
Yeah. And Z's like, no, you don't have to do it. But then the cops come in, and he's like, oh no, everyone hold.
Who who called the cops?
I think it was the
Is it the secretary?
secretary.
Okay.
I do, it's either her or Ben, but I think it's the secretary because she comes in, and why would she come in?
Because I was like,
But
where the hell did these cops come from?
yeah, these plain looking cops, they look like more like security guards.
It looks like they were like the next door neighbors, and they're like, what's going on?
Let's get our gear on.
And then Josh is like, they attacked
Yeah,
me. They're shooting me and my friend. He points to Brian, the boss. Me and my best friend, they shot us.
they want to murder me, and them being white cops, they kind of believe him for a little bit because they tear the gun
Well,
on
they're
Mark.
like, "Oh, I don't know what to believe," and then the secretary is like, "It was him for sure."
Yeah, she comes out of nowhere and she's like, "It
It
was him."
That guy, he's a psycho, and he's like, "You don't know what you're talking about. I've never seen her in my life." And the cops are
Finally,
just like, "Duh."
finally, Josh just gives up and grabs the gun, and he wants to shoot Z, but Mark gets in the way and falls over like this. Is kind of funny. He's like, "Ooh." We should mention the guns in this movie just kind of go bang bang.
Yeah, there's like a light effect, but
Yeah, it's like douche douche. So they
and
fall.
at that point, oh yeah, he falls to the ground. But at that point, I was like, man, um, what is her Mark had a got it the worst. His wife cheated on him, and then he gets shot. I was like, dang, poor Mark.
Yeah, so that's where it ends, and then we jump ahead a little bit.
Look at this.
This poor man.
A line of I'm not talking about Brian. A line of monitors all off. That's unheard of in an office, Joseph, but they're just working off the left. I guess they can't afford programs or something.
Not even the screensaver.
It doesn't make sense. It's so weird.
But
The
they
whole
can
time I was like, turn something on.
but they can afford Yahoo Mail or
And
something because he's
command line, they can only go in there. And I was getting mad because at one point she's like working. She's like, "Oh, I can't go eat, drink with you because I'm working,"
Mhm.
and she's like writing in notebooks and paper, and I'm like, "Oh, use the computer."
There's for show, Jerry. They're just for show. Everyone works on a laptop. So this poor guy, he ends up in the wheelchair. And
This is a funny scene because
he yeah, he's reading the story and he's like, I can't believe this story. And she's like, well, you should, you were there.
and
um
then he's like, "How do you like my job?"
yeah, how do you like the job, my old job? And she's like, yeah, I like it.
And she's
And
like, "How are you doing?" Well,
how are
you
you
know,
holding on?
because of the chair. And he's like, "It's been kind of hard,
Yeah.
but not as hard as the Marines." And he's just like
Yeah.
a sad, broken
He's a
man.
sad man. He was the one guy in this office, and he got her. And now he's disabled, and she took his job.
And the secretary took her job.
Yeah, the secretary's got her job, and she's like, "Hey, you need me help wheeling you
you
out,
you want
crippled
to get
man?"
this guy on the road?
He's like, "Yeah."
He's like, "I just want to help.
I just want my
All I
job
did was help."
back. And she's like, "Ha ha, get out of here."
He's like, "I just wanted you women to work. You and your friend never work."
Now they'll never turn on those monitors. So everyone's happy, and then they meet, and
And
he's
then I
like,
was like, "Oh, he's alive,
Mark's alive. He's
wearing
like,
this Carlton shirt."
he's got, I got you flowers for your new job, which was happening at the beginning of the movie. If you remember, that lady was celebrating her new job, so it came in full circle.
What is she wearing? What a
Cats,
tigers?
cats. I don't know. I'm gonna wear that to my new job.
Oh, and then they're like, it's kind of like implied that they're starting over. She's like, "You want to go to coffee?" Or no, he's like, "You want to go to coffee?" And she's like, something, I can't remember what she
She's
says. She's
like
like,
a
"Tea."
she's like a new beginning or something like that. A fresh start. That's what she says. She's like a fresh start. Let's get tea. And he's
And
like,
he's like, "I guess."
he's like, I don't really drink tea, but okay. Um, yeah, that was the divorce lawyer. So Jared, what'd you think?
I don't know. It was like, it was entertaining, but it was like kind of just like that trashy entertaining kind of.
Yeah, it was like a Lifetime movie,
Yeah.
but not as good.
But it kind of felt like they wanted to be a comedy, but didn't at the same time.
Yeah. So
Because
what kind of
there's a lot of lines that were like,
I guess the moral is like don't go out and sleep with someone right after you separate from your guy.
well, she didn't. she didn't like usually you at least hear what the person has to say
Yeah,
when they
she
like
didn't
kiss
wait.
somebody. She didn't even wait. She just went out with Josh and like they slept together. I was like, geez, at least hear Mark out because you can tell if someone actually did it on purpose or.
Yeah, but you know he was gonna say it's not what it looks like. But yeah, maybe have some patience. Either that or just white dudes are nuts and they'll come get you. Um, TV dinner. I think you got to give this one like a lean cuisine.
Mm, what about those Stouffer like the mac and cheese like Kevin in Home Alone eats?
Just the Stouffer's mac and cheese with a big
Yeah,
glass of milk.
with a big old glass of milk.
All right. So I don't know if you know this, Jerry, but so far all the movies we've watched have been from this year, 2025. They make a lot of them. So
Jeez.
next time we're gonna go back to the year 2021 where it all started to begin with YouTube originals, and we're gonna check out War of the
YouTube.
Worlds or Tubi. Tubi originals. We're gonna check out War of the Worlds Annihilation. So that'll be the movie for next time. So tell us what you think. Like, subscribe, and notify yourself for even more good stuff. And we will catch you next time. Bye.